Okay, so let's look at this here. So on the left here is the thing that they passed in this Obamacare thing. And so it's, you know, the mark of the beast and all that scary stuff. All right, whatever, because it is kind of scary in a way. Okay, HR 3962. Well, that's a pretty important number. Maybe not to you, but to me it's important because I don't particularly like that number. But anyhow, so it says this pinning people or marking them in a specific way is to happen no later than, now here we go, 36 months after the date that it was passed. Okay, so that would be, that happened in what, 2012? Did that happen? Something around there. So it would be 2015. That would be this year. Okay, so everybody gets freaked out and, oh no, it's the Great Tribulation. Well, here, let's do this, because this is all play on words for everybody. Why don't we just break this down the way that I see it? Okay, it isn't a tribulation. This whole thing is Nazistic. Okay, let's just write it out the way that it is. Try this. Tribal instead of tribal. It's tribal. Okay? If we look down here, we have to finish the rest of the word. If we look down here, then we can bring the rest of the word up. Here. What is it? What is it? Asian. And Asian is denoting an action or an instance of it. So it's a tribalation. It's tribal. Tribal. Who are we talking about? Tribal. The Nazis. So let's go back to Led Zeppelin. It's called the Immigrant Song. And it says they come from the land of the ice and snow with the midnight sun where the hot springs, where the hot winds blow or whatever. Okay, that's Greenland. That's that whole Nazistic thing. And if you go look at the words of that, at the end of it, it says, we are your overlords. Okay, it isn't a tribulation, it's a tribalation. They're going to do it. Okay, and the reason they're going to do it is because their deity, Saturn, which is both the Jew and the Nazis, okay, they believe in cycles. So let me just bring up another picture. This puke right here. This fucking rocket man. With the X. You better understand what that X represents. Because it ain't good for you or me. That's bad news. I'm going to show you another picture. Here's another picture of this cocksucker. Okay? He's got Iron Man behind him. Iron Man is not a superhero. Iron Man is the Nazis. That big black cube that's in the fucking UN prayer room is iron. It's black. It represents Saturn, and it represents fucking tyranny, and it's not good. You fucking people think this guy's making rocket ships because, and he's some kind of fucking entrepreneur? Don't you understand what the fuck that this guy is doing? And this fucking crap in the Bible. The Great Tribulation. It ain't a tribulation. It's a tribalation. It's tribal. It's this word. This is where people don't use their fucking heads because they don't know the story. It's tribal. But you know what? Here. It's tribal. It isn't a tribulation. It's a tribal. It's something they're going to do. It's an action. They're going to do it. God is not going to do anything. They're going to do it because they think they're doing the work of God. Because they think that they're the fucking master race. The Jews think the same thing too, but it's in a different way. But it's a tribal action. It's not a tribulation. How fucking stupid are people? The King James Bible is a Naziistic book. The King James Version is a Nazi book. Okay, it's Teutonic. I was raised Lutheran. That's an offshoot of Catholicism. People got to figure out what the fuck is going on here. Here, let's just take a look at this picture. Hang on. See this? This is just a record. Okay? This is just a record. I just ran across this picture by accident, but when you understand these codes, you get it. It's black. So there's your Saturn disk. It's 33 RPM. Okay? Interestingly enough, because everything is coded, so let's take this, and then let's remove this, and then let's take this, and I don't think that I can spin that. Rotate to the left. Oh, yeah, okay. And then let's cut it up again. As a matter of fact, let's just do this. Let's take a brush. Let's do this. I think you already know where I'm going with this. Rid of that. Rid of that. And get rid of that. And then let's take this word here. Here. And if you look, just from a simple picture, you get a big black disc. It's 33 RPMs, and the word bell is in there. Okay? These guys understand that there is a beginning of a cycle and an end of a cycle. They wrote that shit. They wrote it because it's tribal. It isn't of God. It's them. It's tribal. They are doing it. The Almighty's not sticking his hands down here. They're doing it. They're fucking around with shit they shouldn't be fucking around with because they think that it's theirs and that you're not privy to it. So all of this crazy shit here, and before I go any farther, I went and looked up the word right here, looking for the word tribal, because I was going to do 3 bulls. Okay, so you see it? So this is what I was looking for. Somehow I wound up on this Urban Dictionary thing, or whatever the fuck it is. And it was a definition by this guy. Okay, so if you see here, it says by tribal. It doesn't say that it was a definition of it, right? But notice how it falls right in with what I'm telling you. Being hell-bent on destroying the garden, so there's your Garden Eden story, with the use of vicious sub-buildings, that I don't know what it means. It must mean that there's like an under foundation, which are obviously uncontrollable and evil, raised by Satan. Also the meaning of a well-ordered and formed excretion. Okay? It's bizarre, but you see how it works out? The word shed somehow is attached to this. This is being hell-bent on destroying the garden. Okay? It's these guys. They're doing it. They can call it Satan, they can call it whatever they want to, Saturn or whatever. They're helping this along. It is not the Great Tribulation, it's the Great Tribalation. Or, let's do this. Why don't we just do this? And just make it all kinds of fun. Let's just move this over and put one other fucking letter in there. Right here. There you go. Let's just do that. Let's remove that. And let's just go to a bigger letter. we go. I actually got it too big, but you get the gist, right? You get the gist of it? How about it's a tribal nation instead of a tribulation? It's a tribalation. A tribal nation. And therefore, the tribal nation, which are the guys that live in the land of the midnight sun, just like Led Zeppelin said. And go look up the song. Okay, it's called Immigrant by Led Zeppelin. We live in the land of the ice and snow. It says all we want is the West. Well, that's us. And it says we are your overlords. I'm running out of time on this video. It's not the Great Tribulation. It's the Great Tribal Nation. They just fucked with the words again to throw you off.